Hi everyone, my name is Karen and welcome back to my kitchen here at Meadowclear Cookery School. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you a very simple dessert using just 3 ingredients. It's the lemon posset. So the 3 ingredients are obviously 2 lemons, some double cream and some caster sugar. So let's get our mise en place set out first. And we're going to start off with 2 lemons. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I cannot use any citrus without first zesting it, whether I'm using the zest or not. Zest is very easy to come back to. You can freeze it. So it's always useful. You may as well use it. And if you're not using it straight away, go ahead and freeze it. But today we are using it. So I'm just going to zest 2 lemons. Okay, I shall set that aside. Next, I'm going to measure out 300 millilitres of double cream. So I've got my heavy bottom stainless steel pot. I've set the unit to millilitres and I have zeroed the scales. Of course, you can just use your measuring jug to weigh out or to look at 300 millilitres. And finally, some caster sugar, 80 grams to be precise. So again, I'm going to change my unit to grams on my weighing scales. And I'm going to zero that and straight into the pot. I'm going to weigh out 80 grams of caster sugar. And then finally, the most important ingredient in the lemon posset is the juice of both of those lemons. If you have a lemon squeezer, go ahead and use it. Or simply you can just use a fork. Just poke it in and wiggle it about very gently, squeezing the lemon as you go. Okay, now that we've got our mise en place set up, we're ready to start cooking the lemon posset. We've got our pot and our caster sugar. Put that onto a medium heat. And to that, I'm going to add the lemon zest. So as you can see, just given the cream, sugar and lemon zest a little bit of a mix. And what we're looking for is for the cream to come up to a bit of a rolling boil and for the sugar to dissolve. But as it is cream, we just need to watch it, exercise a little caution, as very quickly it can come up to a boil and even rise up. If it does do that, simply lift the pot up off and away from the heat and it will settle back down. So with that, I'll turn the temperature down And I'm going to allow that to cook from anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes. Now that's about that. I'm going to remove the posset from the heat source, and from there and through a strainer I'm going to add the lemon juice. I'm going to mix that in very well, and you should start to see that with mixing, the creamy mixture will start to thicken. Okay. I'm going to add that back to the heat source. And again, on a low heat, gently stir that for a couple more minutes. I think that is about enough. So remove the heat source. So I've got my jug. And once again, I've got my sieve. And the reason we are sieving that out is that the lemon zest has done its job. So we don't need that anymore. It has imparted all of that unctuous flavour. Clean underneath. That is all flavour. So for now, we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, cool ever so slightly. It may form a skin, that's okay. And what we'll do then is we'll pour it into our glasses and get that into the refrigerator. Right, so our lemon posset mixture has cooled a little bit, and it really comes down to a little bit of creativity on your part. What sort of glasses would you like to serve them in? For me, I'm choosing these very nicely shaped cocktail glasses, but you can use champagne flutes or any decorative glass that you think will be pleasing. And it's very simple. Just going to take our mixture and pour it into the glasses, making sure that you leave enough space on top for whatever garnish you're going to use. And it is simple as that. So all we're going to do now is to place the lemon possets into the fridge for a minimum of 3 hours, but better overnight. There we have it. Our lemon possets have set overnight. Always a risk to try that. And you can see that it was just 3 simple ingredients. There was no gelatine required, there were no eggs required to help this set. What actually helps it set is the citric acid of the lemon juice and how it reacts with the proteins and fats of the double cream when it simmers. And there we go. So let's momentarily talk about toppings. We're going to finish these off with some additional toppings. I mean, they're delicious as they are, but we're going to go a little further. So here you can see, if we take the culinary philosophy of sweet and sour, hot and cold, crunchy and soft, if we look at the texture of the lemon posset, that's going to be soft and creamy and quite tangy as well. So to complement those flavours, if it is soft and creamy, we can use something like biscuits that have that crunch. So here I have some stem ginger biscuits and I have ginger snaps. But you know, you can be creative You can try some amaretti biscuits that have a nice crunch to them as well. You can also add some nuts to the topping. For garnish, of course, you can use the traditional mint, but I think on top of ours, we're just going to zest some of the lemon. We can add some colour by putting in other fruits. Here we have nice vibrant green of a kiwi. And just to show you how I would present a kiwi if that was to be the case. Just running my knife around the edge to remove the outer skin. And then I would just slice it down the middle and perhaps run it into lovely little segments. And in fact, if I show that to you now, that can be placed on top. So we've got a lovely vibrant green there. And of course we can top that with some crunchy nuts. And can't go wrong with a little bit of lemon zest. And it's as simple as that. So that's one decorated. We have some additional berries that we can add here. Last night when I made the posset, I also macerated some frozen berries and let those defrost in the fridge overnight. So here you can see we've got a mixture of strawberries, black currants, blackberries, red currants. I think there might even be a raspberry or two in there. And to macerate these berries, to create all of that beautiful, delicious juice, I just sprinkled a little bit of icing sugar over top and then a little dash of lemon juice and left that overnight. And here you can see again, you can just take some of that, add that over top, get a little bit decorative with it. And again, you can turn to some nuts, you can turn to some ginger snaps or ginger stem biscuits, or you can even add some lemon meringue nests. I think for this one, I'm going to add the nuts again. You can see it adds that beautiful pop of colour. And once more, a little bit of lemon zest. And there we go. If you just want to keep it simple, let's just take a ginger snap. And you can push that in wherever you wish. And sometimes things look nice in odd numbers, so I'm going to take another half of a ginger snap. And there we go. And again, finishing with a little bit of lemon zest on top. So really you can see that you can get quite creative with the toppings that you use on your lemon posset. Let me bring these back in so you can have a look. Wonderfully vibrant they are. So obviously we use lemons for the lemon posset, but it's not the only citrus that you can use. You can swap out the lemon juice and use lime juice. You can use blood oranges. You can use grapefruit to make the possets. Procedure is exactly the same. So there you have it, a very easy lemon dessert. If you make it ahead, it is perfect for easy entertaining. Your guests will be impressed, the food will do the talking, but the dessert is always what they're going to remember.